Hey everyone, welcome back to the Corper Files podcast. My name is Fikemi Aderoju and this is season 2. Okay, so for this season of the podcast, we're going to be focusing on PPA, that is primary place of assignment, and we have so many interesting episodes put together for you to bless your ears. And today's episode is going to be starting off with one of your favorites. So he was on the first season. And he served in Gombe, yes. He's the one that had the interesting story. You didn't see his face then, because we're like, let's just start soft. But now you're going to get to see his face, and I'm going to tell you about his PPA experience in
Ogun State.
Yes. So we're going to go straight into it. So first off, right, you served in Gombe, and that was already very crazy.
Yeah, so the story was I was posted to Yobe, had to serve in Gombe because of insecurity, then redeployed to Ogun State because we couldn't go back to Yobe State.
Yeah, so the last, I think the end of the last podcast, right, was that it was time for you to collect your letters, and then the soldiers ghosted you guys.
The upper left to, I just asked one of them I had a good relationship with. I was like, so when are you guys leaving? I said, I see us guys don't they come out to see our van, and we're there, and we're like 1,000 plus in camp, and then it dawned on us that we were really on our own. It was time to move.
Oh wow! So from there, right? Did you go home or you went straight?
Okay, so
how did the process work? Because you hadn't gotten your letter at that point.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten my letter, but I had redeployed to Ogun State, so I was to report at the Ogun State Secretariat.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like an adventurer, so and I didn't want to suffer what I suffered coming in because I had to sleep at the airport in Abuja, blah blah blah. So I planned to stay about 2 extra days in Gombe State, just see what the town was like.
Really?
Get accustomed to the culture. So I did that. What I did was I booked my return flight to leave from Adamawa because it would have prevented the delays, and all that. So my friends and I were a group of about 12 or so. We decided to stay back for about 2 days, just go around, see Gombe State. I went to the market, just did a lot of stuff. Eat proper Gombe suya, eat kilishi, everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then I would now head to Adamawa, stay a night, and fly back from Yola. So we also wanted to go to Bauchi to see the Yankari Game Reserves, but that was.
It sounds like
like really,
the movie.
Really, I have.
It sounds like
with banking. Yeah, so because we were like, this is really a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You might never really have need to come to this part of
travel 19 hours.
Exactly. So we just said, let's just make the most of it.
Yeah.
But the Bauchi thing didn't work out. But we stayed in Gombe. We went around. I had a friend who was a cousin to the Emir of Gombe who wanted me to visit the palace, but unfortunately I couldn't. So those were like my 2 major regrets. I couldn't visit the Emir's palace, and I couldn't go to Bauchi, and I still haven't gone to Bauchi. But I went to Adamawa. So we experienced Gombe a little, experienced Yola a little. There was such a huge shock in the 2 states, just 3 hours apart. But the weather is totally different.
Like, what's the difference in the weather?
In Gombe, it was the Harmattan period, so it was super cold.
Yeah.
Extremely hot, but you would never sweat. It was
so
dry.
That.
Like it was so dry.
Episode.
You would never sweat, no matter. So I didn't sweat for 3 weeks. Like no matter how hot it got, it was so hot that we would leave cold water outside.
And you heat up.
Yeah, and to heat up. Just leave it outside under the sun. And heat up once it's like 2 p.m.
Wow.
But you would never have a drop of sweat. Yeah, we had the people that have gone to the north. They know what I'm talking about. You have the sleeve. We call it the outside sleeve, the northern sleeve. So where, like, you can see my shirt now. Here is totally black. Yes, then when you take off your shirt, everything else is your natural color.
My God. I didn't know you were talking about outfit.
Yeah. So you have to see.
I think I had that when I went to camp too. It was really bad. But I don't think it was as bad.
If you don't go nuts, you don't go understand. Here, like, I'm light skin.
And you're light skin, yeah.
It's like black. Like, darker than FK black. I'm no jokes. No
that's
jokes.
Crazy.
It was black, so it was like black. Then everywhere else is yellow. And then we went to Yola, Adamawa. Yeah. It's I think 3.5 hour drive from Gombe to Yola. I mean, we got to Yola. And it's like, immediately we came down from the car, it was like, instant humidity.
So all the sweat.
It was like, we're not leaking from everywhere. I'm like, what's going on? Like, this is Lagos.
Oh my God.
It was instant humidity. So it was a huge shock. Huge, shock. And we went from being in a village in Gombe State, the village Kashere, to Yola, which is like the capital, Adamawa, so it was a metropolis. So we went from, should I say, a rural to more of like a suburban area, and the cultures were extremely different. It wasn't Adamawa, Adamawa is a mix. It's like, because it's like an economic town, So Yola is like a business city, close to the border. So there's a mix of different cultures. There's a lot of business happening there. Gombe is a bit more, from my experience anyway, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a bit more, I'll just say traditional.
Yeah.
So there's a bit more.
So you had to go through all of that to get so did you fly to Ogun State or did you fly to Lagos?
No, I flew back to Lagos.
You had to see your mother. I'm like, I'm alive.
I had to go home and I had to eat food. I flew back to Lagos. Yeah, so, and it helped because this was, we left camp like 19th or so, like second/third week in December. So it helped because once I got back to Lagos, all the secretariats were basically going on break. On the Christmas break. So I went to Ogun the first time. Where's that secretariat now? It's in Abeokuta. So I went to Abeokuta. The first day, second day, it was very scanty. It was like, just come back in January. I'm like, man.
Oh wow.
NYC for the win. So, and yeah, it was easier doing that. I would just go from Lagos to Abeokuta. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was more convenient.
Yeah, it was more convenient. I just did that. Then so that's when I got my letter. I got posted to Otta.
Okay, where in Otta were you posted? Okay, that's heavy.
It's heavy. It's heavy. And this is, so my Otta experience was like full circle because I experienced the good part of NYSC and I experienced this needs to go part of NYSC.
Okay.
So the first place I was posted to was a school.
Use your hand and bring down
the mic.
Yeah, so the first place I was posted to was a school.
Okay.
I can't remember the name.
Is it like government school?
No. It's a private school. A private secondary school. No, it's not. It's not that those schools you know. It was, like in Lagos, we have mainland, island, they have the hinterlands.
Is it not?
And the offlands. This one was in the hinterlands of Ogun State.
Oh,
it was for those of you that know Otta, it was in Onibukun. Yeah, very close to Aton.
Is how you remember all these names? Like this was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah. About 7 years. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
So it was deep in.
No, because this thing I almost cost the man his life. I exaggerate, but it was extreme, and I experienced it firsthand.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anyone in Ogun State, in Abeokuta.
I was even going to ask that. Like, did you have family to stay with?
No. So I basically just landed there. I had never been to. No, I had been to Otta once because I had been to Kenala. Yes,
CU. Yeah, Providence University.
Yeah. So and that was the only thing that ever took me to Ota. So I didn't know anywhere past past Canaan land. So and that place was after CEO Onibukun, way down after Winners. So I just landed there. I asked where the secretariat went, Abeokuta did all that. He told me Ota. At least it was good because I had been to Ota before, so I knew how to get there. So I went there, and then I went to the school. Man. So it was a couple that owned the school. First thing they asked me was, "What did you study?" I told them chemical engineering. And you could just literally see their eyes light on. Like,
so excited.
Father Lord, this is the person you've been looking for since.
Oh my God.
The long story short was the first day I went there. So the woman told me, you're looking for somebody like you, an engineer. So are you good with you must be good with maths, with physics? I said, yeah. They say they don't have physics teacher, they don't have further maths teacher, they don't have biology teacher, they don't have chemistry teacher. They're trying to set up a chemistry lab so I can help them set it up. I was like, yeah. Say, but if you did engineering, you must be very smart. But everybody thinks everybody that did engineering.
I did engineering, but I'm smart. I'm like,
I see some engineers. So
I see some engineers.
So okay, like, you must be very smart. I'm sure you can teach everything now. So she gave me my timetable. I was to take 6 courses.
6?
Yeah, 6. I was to take English literature, economics, geography, further math,
chemistry.
No, that's the crazy thing.
She did chemistry too.
She just allowed all the chemistry. She said her son is in the uni studying physics or something. So he will take physics and chemistry. He comes and goes, but whenever he's not around, I can just fill in for him. But all these other arts courses, they didn't have anybody to take it. So I was like, economics, then you can't teach anything now. Is MSS1, I think integrated science. So when she gave my timetable, because I was taking, so any course I'm taking, I'm the only person taking it in that school. So it's not like they have 2 chemistry teachers. If you're taking chemistry.
For which class? It's just SS1?
No.
From
the
GS1?
School. So any course that, like math now, you will take math from GS1 to SS3.
You're joking.
All classes.
Is this real?
Is
this real?
It is real. It is real. This was the
it
needs to go part of NYSC. So
what?
She gave my timetable because I was taking so many courses.
Yeah.
My timetable was literally full. So I had Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, no free periods. So I would be in class all day,
all week.
No free periods, just all day, all week, just break. So that was 1. 2 was, she said they had started mandatory after school lessons, extra lessons because some students needed help. Now, so like I said, was in the hinterland, and I love to teach. I would have stayed. If this woman did try to do me one kind, I would have stayed. So she said some of the students need help.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even like they're not fluent in English.
Yeah.
You
so
understand?
they need extra.
So they
tutoring.
need extra coaching. They really needed time. I said no problem. So we're going to do 8 to what's the standard timetable?
Isn't it meant to be like 8 to 3?
8 to 3, yeah. 8 to 4, I think.
8 to 4 p.m.
Then 4 to 6.
Extra
classes, right? And this was for the week. Then her daughter.
There's still more.
Yes, so that's 2. There are 4 levels to this PPA that needs to go. So her daughter.
Yeah.
So level 1 was 8 to 4, no free periods, only break, right? I think break was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Level 2 was extra lessons 4 to 6. Level 3 was her daughter wanted to sit for GCE or something like that. I think her daughter was in SS3 or SS2
or SS3.
Yeah. Okay. SS2 or SS3, something like that. So her daughter wanted to sit for GCE. So her daughter, she wanted me to give her daughter private lessons at home. So that was level 3. So I could come 3 times in a week.
One question I'm waiting to ask. What continue?
You want to know the pay? So I could tell you.
I'm just wondering.
So our daughter did extra classes.
Yeah.
I think 3 times a week. Then level 4 was they wanted to set up. No, I'll call this level 3.5. So they wanted to set up a biology and chemistry lab.
Yeah.
And they needed an engineer to design the lab.
Do the work and like what's needed.
And what's needed, then they'll just buy everything and install and supervise. Now, they gave me accommodation. I was they gave me accommodation.
Was he accommodating?
Well, you could sleep inside. I appreciate this thing. I appreciate people that try, at least, because
a lot of people don't actually.
Yeah, a lot of people they don't send. Yeah, but so they try. Now, this place was deep inside. The next building that shared the fence with the school was still under construction, so it was uncompleted. But the next building that shared the fence with the school was a pure water factory that they owned.
Oh.
Yeah. So level 4 was they needed someone to run the pure water factory, and that was going to be run weekends. So Saturdays and Sundays was when they do their production. So I would live. There was like a store in the fact that they converted to a room. It was a really small room. Like if I lie down, for those of you who don't know, I'm 6'1".
What was that switch? Oh my god.
No, just in case you have,
yeah.
A following
if you understand
of the
what
right
he means,
gender.
all the best.
Yeah, all the best. So like when I lie down fully, like head is touching one wall, feet are touching the other wall across.
Yeah.
So I could barely put anything. Just put like a small bed. You could barely put anything in the room. So it's just for you to just stay. And the perk was that you had all the water you could ever need because it's a pure water factory.
Yeah.
So but they needed someone to run it, and they were doing their production, so they were selling pure water Saturdays and Sundays. So I would work throughout the week, do extra lessons, do private tutorials for her daughter, then work weekends for the pure water factory. And she was like, you can always, maybe whenever you are in the house, after lessons with my daughter, we'll give you food now. I know we get people, we'll give you food. And so she asked me, and we'll just give you a stipend. We know NYC is paying you. We'll just give you a stipend, something for recharge card, maybe your body cream. We'll just give you 5,000 every month. So I was just like, okay, man, no problem.
Please hold on. We can't just drop that. 5 what?
5,000 naira. This was what, like 2016 or something.
Yes, so.
So it wasn't. I didn't say in those days when they say 5K will buy you car. No, it was 19.8 now. It was 19.8.
Even the total is not upstairs 3K.
You understand? So this was when minimum wage was like 20K or 18K or something. This was not 5K of that time. Say 5K will rent house for you or 5K will buy you car. 5K was like data. 5K was like data, no just dollar. So she said, I will give you 5K. And she just said that one, of course, throughout my NYC period, throughout my camp.
Yeah.
I always had my fanny pack. I kept it from camp. What was in my fanny pack? Hey, do I see this thing on camera?
Was it pepper spray?
No. It was an inhaler. Oral inhaler. So that was my get out of jail free card. Anywhere the thing no jail for me.
Oh my days.
Anywhere I don't feel comfortable. So as she was talking, it was like, and the place sand, dusty.
Yeah, it was dusty.
So as she was like, so give you 5. I was like, no problem. Okay, yeah, I can take a class with you. yeah, there's so much dust, yeah. So I went there, I took a class. I think I took GS3, integrated science. So I took integrated science for the GS3 class.
Also, at this point, you had agreed and you were like starting.
No. When she said all those things, when I saw my timetable, I already knew
what you were getting yourself into. That you're going.
Yeah, but I didn't want to. Yeah, she low key. She just dropped that. Oh, I know you're Ella. You're in Adodo. Yes, I know her. She sends coppers here. I know her. I know her very well. If we reject you, she will ask me why. She's my friend, so she looked up that.
Oh yeah. So you won't like want to leave.
I say this woman don't know say I grow for Lagos. She say that for other brother ship me come. I say today for here, make I day here at night to leave me in this place. There's no this place I'm talking about
no
is
security
like there's no street lights, there's nothing. It is dark.
Wow.
Anybody will just come and it's one small fence. They just enter the pure water factory and they just see you there. This one goes sweet to go chopper.
That's something. But that's so scary.
It was.
Oh,
so I took a class the first day. Came back the next day. I just told her, look, man, I have so much asthma in me that I can't.
So that was your getaway class.
That was it. So that was it. So I was like, I want to stay. I even took a class yesterday. So you do something to show
because you knew like she wasn't the kind of person that you could just easily.
Yeah.
So you have to have a valid
exactly.
reason.
So I was like, I was here yesterday, but even yesterday as we were talking, when the Okada man just drove past the doors. So man, I won't.
That's so please.
I don't think I can stay.
Oh my god.
I don't think so. She was like, no, your health is. So I told her husband that let him talk to his wife because they had set up my room before I came back the next day. They had put a bed, put curtains, done everything.
Yeah.
So I just told them I can't stay because it's too dusty here and I can't stay alone in an emergency.
Yeah.
If I'm having an attack.
Oh, your life was really.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not asthmatic. Just
but you sound unbelievable there.
Yeah. So I I need to in an emergency. I need someone around who can. So
not even.
All right. So they now rejected me.
I'm sure you were so happy.
No, I was sad. I was like, no, I want to go. I want to teach. My passion. Okay, but thank you. So they rejected me. I was glad because it made no sense.
Yeah.
It was.
That's the whole week.
Yeah.
What?
The whole 7 days.
And for 5K.
For 5K.
5,000 naira.
Because NYC was giving me 19. So I was like, this is what
19 is I couldn't even rent an apartment.
Yeah, you understand. So everything's up to 25K. So the woman just thought maybe I had arrived.
Did you see? You just came.
Exactly. So I just when they rejected me, luckily the day after I left the second day, I got my rejection and I got home.
Yeah.
So I was just walking with one of my neighbors, like, this guy, Corper, how far now? What you do? I was like, I just got rejected. I'm looking for somewhere to sell. They posted me to water. I said, water. What did you do? I said, I said, do you want to do work like oil and gas? I was like, yeah. I said, I did IT in oil and gas. If possible, I'd like to work in another industry. But
yeah.
I'm like, yeah. One of my guys, they manufacture paint too. Like try that. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds really nice. Please.
And I think that works with your field.
Yeah, and that's how I got introduced to President Paints Nigeria Limited.
Really?
Yeah, which is where I ended up serving, and I had a blast.
Really, you had a good time there.
Yeah, it was hard work because I went to the factory. I was not in the office.
Yeah.
I went to the factory in the same area, I say Onibukum. But it was fun,
So. But like you were first of all posted to a school, and that was like, it just didn't make sense. If you even had a better structure, you could have actually managed and you paid with something reasonable.
Yeah.
But like being posted to something related to your course, you had a better time.
Of course.
With that experience. And I think that's why most people complain about NYC, because the first option is schools, like.
Yeah.
And there's people that they are great, like they can't even teach. So like you're making matters worse for the next generation, because they'll get to work and do well.
Exactly. So some people have good grades, some people know the stuff, but I think teaching is like a calling. So if you don't have the passion to impact knowledge on others, you just come and X plus Y is Z and that's all. You don't understand any questions. Okay, fine. And that's not what people need. That's not what kids need to grow these days,
Yeah.
So you can't forcing people in quotes, forcing people to go and teach, mandating people to go and teach, I don't think is the way.
Because I think there was a time in camp, there was this man that came to speak to us. So he called all the engineering students together and he was like, if you get posted to school, just let him know and they'll figure out something to do with it, because you can't post engineers in schools. Like,
You're lucky.
No, but for real. And I don't know if people reached out to him. Apparently he didn't pick up his number or something like that. But like, for you, how was your experience there? Like, would you say the whole PPA experience, like in terms of transportation, finding, like working with colleagues, being treated as a corper, because there's one thing to work with people and there's one thing to be like, oh, this corper is coming to come and take over this company.
Yeah.
So how was that like?
Yeah. Okay. So what's key, or what was key for me then was just learning. Getting a different experience. Learning skills in another industry, and so when they sent me there, so one thing that usually happens, people look at me like, this boy, light skin boy is speaking clean. Don't send this one to find. Say, you can't survive in the factory. I was like, no. I'm going to go there. They already made office for me in their head office is in Abuleba, Amadia. So I was like, no, but I want to go to the factory. And I said, okay, reluctantly. And he said, but there's no, you have to find your way there. Or you have to. I said, no problem, I'll go, because I was keen on learning.
So you came with the learning mindset.
Yeah.
A lot of people come with the money mindset.
Yeah, but how much can you really make
if you don't come with the money
in
mindset,
NYSC?
Won't you be hungry? Like, it's a tough space to be in.
I get that, but at the time, like I say, NYSC is unfair to people that get posted to certain states. For instance, you can pay somebody in Benue, in Gombe, you can pay that person 33K a month, and it's livable. Person can get a place, get where to put your head.
Even now?
Yeah. Rent is really cheap outside Lagos.
I tell you,
rent is really, really cheap. The place I was staying in Ota was 100K a year. It was
really?
A mini flat.
Yeah, I was going to ask where you currently stay.
Parlor kitchen. Space.
Room, parlor, kitchen.
Yeah.
In Ota.
Bathroom. Yeah. Space.
100K.
It was next to the Bells University now.
Really?
Yeah, I was like...
So you're paying like 10, 12K every month?
Yeah, so you understand. So rent is very affordable. That place in Lagos, I'm not kidding.
Probably 800K.
No. In Lekki, leave Lekki. Lekki is extreme. In Baga, but most of the offices are in Lekki. So if I get that place in Lekki, because I know how much I pay for Lekki. But if I get that place in Lekki, that standard, I kid you not, it will not cost less than 1.5 million.
Every year?
Yes, just the annual rent. Now, it won't cost less than 1.5 million.
Yeah, and that we will not even pay for service charge.
You understand?
So,
you understand?
Yeah.
You understand? So, but there, it was very quiet environment. Food was cheap. Water surrounded with farms.
So they were naturally
grown. Yeah, food. And I used to buy stuff, and like weekends, I'll just bundle stuff and take home and give my mom. Plantain was cheap. Food was cheap. One intern in the lab where we're working, what she used to do to pay her transport every week, because she used to come from Lagos, she used to come from that Kola, Alagbado side. My mainland, inside mainland people, Songo people know what I'm talking about. So she used to come from there to this thing. So the opposite lab was a farm. She would buy, what she used to do to pay her transport, she would buy Ewedu at 50 naira. Buy a lot and sell it in Lagos at 150.
Really?
Yeah. So every day she would just maybe buy like 200 naira worth Ewedu, go and sell it at 150 to one woman in the market close to her house. The woman would sell it like 200 to 50.
Yeah.
She would just, and that was also in a week.
And that's good profit.
Yeah. So in a week, maybe she would make maybe 1K, 1, 2, but it was just like pay transport and lunch.
Yeah. And
so
that could, like, at least you could save up her allowance.
Exactly.
And spend
exactly. So it's, But you bring someone to Lagos or to Abuja to sell with that same 33K, and it just can't work.
But would you not say that, okay, depending on where they are posted, they should pay people according to where they are?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They should pay people according to...
Yes.
But then that means that everybody will be rushing to be where they...
Yes, but everybody is rushing to Lagos, PH, Abuja now because of opportunity.
Yeah.
So, but there needs to be... I feel there needs to be equalization of
those opportunities. If they spread it like in Otta now, you get those opportunities.
Exactly.
In Gombe, you get those opportunities.
Exactly. There should be equalization of all those. But what we do is more of equalization of results, and it doesn't work. It's not a healthy way to run, because you can't pay me 33K to go to Abuja and pay me 33K to go to Jigawa. Let's assume there was no insecurity or everything, level playing field. The person in Jigawa is already at an advantage, because in that 33K, he can cover his expenses in a month. This was how it was back then. People should not come for me. We should not come for me.
6 years ago.
But
I'm sure there are people in the comments like, is it the same Jigawa I'm inside?
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but let us know. Is it the same, like if you're in Jigawa, is it the same, like is what he's saying?
Yeah. I lived in Otta. I paid, my rent was 120K. So I could easily pay 10K a month. My service charge, we used to pay security, cleaning, and light. Everything on average was 5K.
So let's say max 15K.
Yeah, so see, the maximum you would have paid your living expense would be like, let's maybe say 17, 18K. And I was earning 19.8.
Yeah. Were you paid where you were working?
So yes, I was paid. Okay. I was being paid 15K.
Oh wow.
So that 15K I was getting every month from this could cover, rent. There was staff bus. You understand? Yeah, so there was staff bus. So I could just join bus, just come out of my job.
And staff bus, that's a huge advantage.
It is.
Because you sit down and calculate how much you spend in a month on transportation.
It is.
You'll be scared.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, because if I did big man, take a bike from my house to the junction, take a bike to work, 200 naira.
That's big man.
Do the 200 naira. Then, if you big man, you take bike. So do the same thing coming back, so like 400 naira on transport. But do rough calculation. I mean, if you want to be effective, look. The truth is, in Otta, on all these places, there are a lot of people, who come from well-to-do backgrounds, or even the middle class can afford to, you can afford to foot those bills on your own. But if you are being practical, do a check of what you make against what you're spending. By the time I put my salary and my allowance, use the staff bus, all I just had to do was service charge, pay my rent. I just pay for food. And it was easier, but I could not do that in Lagos. So I got a job in Lagos.
For PPA?
Yes.
And then you're serving overseas. Also, you'd have to. I
could have done something that I would not admit to doing on camera. But you even know now. You can be posted somewhere and work somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm just saying. But I get what you're trying to say, right? So, like, the experience with working with your colleagues, how was that like? Did you feel threatened? Did you feel like, oh, am I coming to? Were they friendly? Were they open to like working with you? Because I've heard stories about how some colleagues just treat coppers, like especially the day they catch you. We'll talk about CDS soon. Yeah. The day they catch you in your khaki, and they're just like, oh, so you're just a copper. Like they just regard you less.
Yeah. So it wasn't like that for me.
Okay.
And there are ways around this. Yeah. So sorry, just to round off the earlier point. I got a job in Lagos that was going to pay 55K, but I rejected it because it still wasn't practical. It was in VI and blah blah blah.
Oh wow! And there was no staff post.
This thing's not there. again.
Definitely.
So, just checks and balances. So to your question, when I came in, I think one thing people really need to do is, how do they say that? Like, have measured expectations. You can't, everywhere won't be like a multinational. So I knew that going in, things would not be.
You set your mind already.
You understand. So I set my mind, but still it was a culture shock because I went to a factory in like deep in so that side is not like Lagos. Lagos is more. Lagos is like a melting pot for so many things. So Lagos, no matter where you go, people that speak pidgin, there's people that speak.
Oh, there was just
so there are a lot of some of those people. Factory work is sometimes first come first serve. They need 100 people for a day. The first 100 they see at the gate. They'll say, okay, we will enter, the rest go home. So it's unskilled labor. Sometimes communication. There's some people that they don't speak Yoruba, but they need you to do something for them. So when I came in, I was in the lab. I was directly below the technical manager of the lab. So I was like the QA/QC person. So once
what's QA/QC?
Quality assurance and quality control. So once they make the paint and all that, they will bring it to me to check. Is the density okay? Is the spreading rate okay? I'll just check do some tests, and I'll tell, okay, no, this passes, or this doesn't pass. But initially there was that, and people, I don't speak Yoruba. Even though I grew up here, I was born and raised in Lagos, I don't speak Yoruba. So initially, so initially there was that, should I say friction? But there was a teething phase. So they would come, bah.
Because you felt like a bit threatened.
But with time, you just have to learn how to adjust and work with people. I think a lot of times when people just can't adjust, there's no AC in my office, there's no AC. They've gone to the AC in my office is not working. There's no dispenser. I just, man, you see, now you on your own say you won't come or that, you won't learn this thing. So I took it like that.
You just have to adapt to get the best out of it.
And before long, so my manager was like, no, this one is a copper, engineer. He went to Unilag. So people treat him respect. Of course, the ones that were afraid will be like, okay, yes, sir, come. So the ones that will be like, who is this child? They didn't take kindly to that. So like during break, all the factory workers will go and play ball outside. No, you can't do that. You're a graduate. You're a lab man. He had this.
Did he let you?
Yeah, so he had this idea of the kind of
engineer.
Engineer. Just go supervise. But I was like,
you're a human being.
You won't teach me the things these guys will teach me. These guys are before, they do it every day, and I came here to really, really learn. So
and you have to relate with them.
Yeah, you have to relate with them to have this positive experience. So I started relating with them. I started, okay, take me to where you buy food. I want to eat. Not all the time bring food from my house, all the time that I can't eat here. So once in a while, you mingle with them. Okay, Mo, go chop. Papa, you chop this one. You go, hey, carry that one. Say, don't worry, let's go. I'll eat. You get your food poisoning, you recover, you go again. You buy them lunch. Hopefully you recover, Sha. Hopefully you recover. So I started eating with them, started playing ball with them. I mixed with them. I mixed well with them. And we had a celebration. They started teaching me Yoruba. It was when I went to water that I now began to understand Yoruba, spoke a little.
Really?
Yeah.
So that means it really helped you. Because one of the goals for NYC is helping people understand different other cultures. You're Igbo, so having to be there, you would have to pick up one or two things, learn how to relate with people with other cultures. So you say that NYC's goal was kind of achieved. It was kind of achieved, but NYC just has a general template. Yeah. But if you don't, you have to key in to that NYC vision in code in your own way. So I knew what I wanted from the NYC program because I knew that
this is just 1 year, and after this NYSC, I'm continuing on my own designated pathway.
Yeah.
So I had to because I knew what I wanted. I had to key into that vision for myself and all that. So and that was it. Or someone else might have gone there, but wouldn't have gotten the same
benefits.
Yes, and it was really helpful because I left like in November, like in January.
Oh, so you're part of batch C?
Yes, I was the November batch. So I think I finished in October.
Yeah.
I passed out in October. Something.
Not passed out actually, but like passing out first.
And that's when I graduated from NYSC. Went to village next month. But then by December, I painted my father's house. Like the entire
with the money you made from NYSC?
No.
Or with the experience?
Yeah, with the experience. Okay.
Yeah. Because the way you said it, I hope you get it. Because you worked at...
Yeah, so I worked at a paint factory. So I learned so much. So when we wanted to paint for December, they're like, okay, so go there. I said, no. You have to go and buy these things.
Yeah, you already knew.
Give me... I just wrote a list and I said, give me all these things. And... because the painter, our painter came. You will do this one, you will buy this. I say, hey, bros. I didn't want to have So I just wrote a list. I said, give me all these things. This is the budget. I bought the materials. I made the paint myself at home.
Oh wow!
And I gave the guy. And when I made it, the guy was like, "Man, this paint."
Was top notch.
You can't get it in the market, it's like super expensive. This is not even what he wanted to buy. But so I already knew. I knew the thing in and out. And that was it. So it was super helpful till today. Even at work, I don't work in. I'm in the energy industry now. Sorry. But till today, anything regarding QAQC, regarding coating, corrosion management via coating and all that, they will come to our work. They will come to me. So regarding like this, we want to do coatings for this. What kind of coating should we use?
So you had a lot of like knowledge learned from that experience, and you could actually like monetize it. But the thing is that you were blessed enough to have a neighbor that just saw you and was like, oh, do you want to try this out? A lot of people don't have the opportunity.
Of course.
And they want to learn.
Of course. There's always luck. You see, but that's life now. You can't do it all on your own. You need help along the way. So I was lucky and I was extremely blessed. But I was, I feel if you're driven, if you're determined to do something, that the universe will support you along the way. You will get those lucky breaks. Exactly. You will get those lucky breaks. But if you dwell on the obstacles, the things you don't have, how like this?
Because it's like a transition into actual adulthood.
That's it, though. It wasn't easy. I be last born. So I was like, one time, I was like, hey, oh my God.
There was lots of like concern.
Yeah, there was. But, I'm like, no, I have to. Like, no. Go back to where you did your IT in Lekki, but you have a job. Why do you want to do it? I was like,
so the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
You really can't buy
the
experience.
And you can't buy it. So
you have
no amount of money would have been enough. And I'm glad, like I say, till this day, in terms of the work, the knowledge I gained, still very useful.
So, like, what will you tell coppers, like, those ones about to go for PPA now? Like, what advice do you give them in terms of PPA to make the best out of it? Like, what would they say?
If you can. I don't want to. I say don't.
Why are you laughing? To be honest, like, I'm all for cancel the whole teaching P. If you're not interested in being a teacher, some people actually love being in schools, like being guidance counselors and all this stuff, and they genuinely love teaching. But if you're going to post someone to a school, at least make provision and like sensible provision Right, because like in secondary school, then there were some coppers that came to like serve in our schools, and I don't think they had such a terrible time because they were paid quite some.
Your school now, but it's secondary
Which-
school.
How do you
Which secondary school did you go to?
Let's not talk about that.
Oh, okay.
But like for real, like what would you?
Okay, honest, candid advice, I would say NYC is the last time, it's like your last chance to try something different, try something new, to explore before adulthood proper kicks in. Because, when after NYC, you maybe still have some leeway to try, but after NYC, it is assumed that you're like an adult. You should be able to start taking care of yourself to a certain degree. But NYC is the last time you can explore, and there are so many things, so many perks that NYSC gives you. For instance, if you want to take most professional certifications as a corper, you can get like a 50% discount.
They spoke about it in my CDS yesterday.
Yeah.
From 100K to I think 35.
Yeah, once you just show you the certificate, the certification I had been pursuing before I started NYC. When I started NYC, I did it for like 40% of the cost.
Was it HSC?
Yes.
They
Yes.
spoke about that too as well.
Yeah, my HSC certifications for general industry and oil and gas, and that was basically what pushed me into the oil and gas industry.
Oh,
because
wow.
as a young professional, I had knowledge in that field. I had a background in all that, and I was like, oh, okay, let's.
So you, genuinely, like from everything you said and everything you've said in this episode, like you just made the best out of it. Like you came.
Yeah.
I have to do NYC, so I'm just going to do my very best.
It's not easy now. It's not. Nigeria on its own.
It's a lot.
Yeah, Nigeria is a special place.
Very special.
Let's put it that way. Nigeria is a special place, but nothing is readily made, available for you. You have to work with your. I know people that were when they know. Look, my friend got posted to Kaduna. He was there for 9 months, and till today, and this was like 2015. Till today, he speaks fluent Hausa. So that alone is, for me, is worth it. You might be like, what's in Hausa? But you never know until, you're in a room where, you're just like somebody, you just say, I'm not going to speak Hausa, but you just say something in Hausa, and, it opens that next door.
Yeah.
So, you understand?
Like a meeting or something. Like, oh, you're my person.
Yeah, you get. So, language is a strong way of connecting people. He speaks fluent Hausa. Just by doing 9 months in Kaduna, I can.
Do you speak fluent Yoruba?
I've lost
how many
Yoruba. No, I've lost my Yoruba.
Where did you lose it?
And again, it was so close to Lagos. It's so close to me. I was coming like every weekend. You see, it was not easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I thought you were a big boy now.
Transform my dog. I say, I beg. I don't pack my load. My last 500. Boss.
So you're just
I don't land.
That means you actually had a really good PPA experience because it was close to home.
Yeah, it was
Unlike
close
if you
to
stayed
home.
in Gombe.
So if I stayed in Gombe, most likely I would have speaking fluent Hausa. I would have gotten their culture. Most likely I would have been black. But
because I was Southbourne.
Yeah, different this thing, and of course you try and enjoy it as well. It's not just work and learning. There's the go around, see the town, experience because of the good relationship I had built with the workers there. In fact, yes, they were teaching me stuff at work, outside work. I said, look, there's some of them that they will come to me. They have a form. They want to fill something. Maybe their landlord or they want to buy land.
Stand as guarantor.
Yeah, look, some of these people, they couldn't write their name, so they will come. Corper, I beg, help me. They will speak Yoruba to me. I will get,
part of it.
Part of it. Like, so some of them, I started teaching them how to write. Yeah.
Teacher by heart, teacher everywhere.
I started teaching them how to write. Then, they took me around, go to have fun.
Where did you have fun? Sorry?
In some nice establishments.
Okay.
Can I asking me a question?
Yeah, like, where you go to, like, where did you have like social nice times with the workers? Don't hold back. Feel free.
Oh, wow. Okay. Real quick. So, I think when I was about leaving, I wanted to just do something for the guys. I was like, let's go somewhere. Let's wash it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, should I just buy food, buy lunch for like everyone? No, come on now. Let's go. Like, so I was like, this water dry now. No place, no day. No, we get now. If you go this place, I say, do you guys have like? So I was just whining them. Like, do you guys have like a club here or something? Yes, now club day. Club day now. So I just went out like, I really need to see this. And I went there. So there's like a bar outside in the compound, like a lounge, where you can have drinks and this thing. Then like the club proper is inside. So we're just outside having drinks. I'm not really much of a drinker because I don't drink beer.
Yeah.
And I don't drink beer stout. And that's what you see there. So they and before we knew of, I said, God, you're crazy, why me? I said, 4 years? I ran into safety. So
oh my God.
all of us ran inside because
you felt safer at the club.
Yeah, because so these things have a way of escalating. And Otta, there's a how do I term this thing? So there's a lot of gang presence.
Yeah,
in the strong gang presence in Otta. So you really don't know who you're with.
Yeah.
You don't know whether you're with somebody just because you might just be having drinks with somebody in this gang and
it cannot become like a gang fight.
You understand? So that's maybe this guy and I want to. So I didn't want to be outside. Oh, let's go home together. Before you know, opposing people.
So you have
this
to
is my crew.
careful.
So I just ran into club. And guys were like, I want to go there. I said, no. Let's stay here. You don't want drink. So she was like, no, I go buy you drink. I said, I'll buy drinks for people just so that they will stay, so that I'll feel safe. So we're there till like almost 7
a.m.
Yes, almost 7 a.m. And we're there till like almost just so that I would feel safe. And that was my Otta nightlife experience.
Wow.
The one, the only, the never again.
Wow. But would you recommend like NYC in Otta?
Oh yes. Yes. Otta is like an industrial zone. It's like what you have in Oregon, Lupeju, and outside. Just so many factories.
Yeah. You
would learn stuff. There are pharmaceuticals, places that manufacture like water, beverages, food. There's so many opportunities out there. And for me, like I said, NYC, just explore, just try something.
Be open-minded.
Yeah, learn a skill, learn something different. Just approach it with an open mind, and you never know.
Yeah.
You never know how useful that skill may be, or the people how useful the people you met at that place. I still have like good relationships with some people I met at that factory 7 years ago. Wow.
That's amazing. So thank you so much for sharing your PPA experience.
I got you.
Stop, please. And what did you say about the female gender audience? Do you have anything to say to them?
Well.
Okay. Let me help you. If you want to reach out, send me a DM at the Corper
no, now.
No, for more information on like paint, engineering, how to better your PPA, right? If they'd like to reach out to you, that's what I mean. Or what did you think?
Yes, that's what I meant as well.
Exactly. So,
but if you also, want to hear more of my story, maybe over lunch or dinner or something.
Oh my God, but for real, thank you so much, and also for being a guest on here. And thank you guys so much for listening. We've come to the end of today's episode, and we'll definitely see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, because this is going to be on YouTube, so make sure you subscribe, add the Corper file, share with a friend, and follow us on Instagram. We have so many interesting reels on there for you. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.